y'all? What's up? I gotta thank y'all. If you don't already know, if you haven't seen my page yet today, we hit 3,000 subscribers today. We did that. That's great. Thank y'all so much. Like, this channel's kind of grown so rapidly in the last 4 months because it took me a year to get from 1,000 to 2,000 and a year to get from 2,000. Well, no, it took me a year to get from 1,000 to 2,000. And it took me like 4 months to get from 2,000 to 3,000. So that's large part due to y'all. I really appreciate y'all. I can't thank y'all enough because I ask y'all every week, just thumbs up the video, drop comments down below, subscribe, share the video. And it's truly helped me out so much. It's brought so many different people to me, which I love. I love just having conversations with y'all. Like, that's the whole point. And why I'm doing this. Like, if y'all didn't watch it, if y'all didn't talk to me, if y'all didn't comment, I probably wouldn't do it. So I just thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Y'all become like a little big family to me, an extended family to me. So I just appreciate y'all. I thank y'all so much. Let's try and get to like 5,000. I don't know, because we got 1,000 in like a little over 4 months. I think we can get to 5,000 by the end of the year. I don't know. But thank y'all so much. And take some of that energy over to Movie Base page. Do that, please. Get her over there too. But yeah, thank y'all so much. Please do the same thing. Thumbs up the video, drop the comments down below. Turn your post notifications on. Please share the video if you are new. Hit the subscribe button. Yeah, because we go live every Monday, myself, Legend, and Movie Bay. And we'll be doing that tomorrow. If y'all want to get on and talk to us about the episode, we can. But yeah, enough of that. Thank y'all again. Let's go ahead and get on into this episode. All right, so we get back to Jela versus Meatball, kind of having their little spat. As y'all know, we ended last week on a cliffhanger with them kind of going back and forth. Jela is pretty much stating to Meatball that nobody is bullying Biggie, which I agree. Nobody is bullying her. Jela is saying it's hard to comment on shit that you was just not there for, a.k.a. Meatball. You weren't here. You can't talk about something that you weren't here for. And Jela's saying, like, if somebody said that they was going to smack you, you was going to make them stand on it. Like, I'm going to make you stand on that shit every day. Like, that's essentially what she's saying. And I agree with her. Like, I agree with why she came into this house and how she came in. Like, she came in saying, look, you said you're going to smack me. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. And we're going to fight. I'm going to keep pressing you about it until you do it. And we're going to fight as long as I want to fight. So I agreed with her in that. Meatball then says that it don't matter what makes you think you can go around bullying her. And Jela said, how? And I'm like, exactly how? She just told you why she hit Biggie, and you don't care to hear it because you want to get camera time. Let's be for real. Like, that's literally why she did what she did. Meatball wants camera time, and Meatball, I've been trying to hold out on her, trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but she's just not coming off. I don't like her. I don't like her personality. I feel like she's kind of weird, and it's interesting to see, knowing that people turn on her later on. It's just ironic considering how she came in here. But she's doing all that, trying to pick on Jela, trying to get Jela to fight her, whatever. Jela don't want to fight her because at this point, like, girl, I don't have an issue with you. So why am I going to fight you because you think I'm bullying somebody? But Meatball says that Jela picks on bitches that she knows won't fight her back. I'm like, shut up. Like, what are you talking about? Jela's fights, when you think about it, all of Jela's fights that she has gotten into, she's had a reason for why she did it. Maybe she might exaggerate. Maybe she might take it to a next level to where it don't need to really be. But she has reasonings behind why she's hit certain people. Biggie is one of those people. She has a reason. This girl told her, because she said her opinion in regards to a fight, that everybody else that watched the show had done the same thing. Biggie then said, I'm going to slap you the next time I see you. Anybody that got balls and pride would make them stand on that when they saw them. I'm not me. Look, I'm about as chill as it gets. Like, I'm not the type of person that's going to go out trying to look for fights. But if you sitting here saying you're going to slap me the next time you see me, when you see me, I'm expecting you to do it. And if you don't do it, I'm going to make sure that you do it. Because I want to see if you do it. Like, don't say you're going to do something. Don't threaten me physically. Don't even threaten me, period. Don't threaten me physically or verbally. And then when you see me, act like everything is copacetic. So I see exactly why Jela did what she did. But Dia is saying that she don't like when people don't mind their business, and Meatball barely knows Biggie, so she don't have a reason to confront Jela. And I said, exactly. Like, I agree with that. Like, this has nothing to do with you. You weren't even there, first of all. Second of all, what Jela was saying, you didn't even get two sides of the story before you decided to make your opinion. I know Biggie's your friend, but still, you need to get two sides of the story to at least form an opinion. Like, you just going off of what one person is saying because you like this person more than you like that one. Like, that's stupid. But like I said, Meatball is looking for camera time. That's essentially what it is. But Jela ended up saying, like, if you know you can't fight, don't go around telling people that you're going to smack them. I said exactly, which is why I can't stand when people say so-and-so only fought this person because they're weaker than them. Sometimes, and it really depends on the situation, sometimes that is true, but in most cases with shows like this, if you're going to pop it, like Dia she's a good example. We'll get to her later on, but if you're going to pop it and you know you can't fight, that's the risk you taking. Like, that's the risk you taking. And I don't feel bad for the other person beating you up. Like, you should shut up and don't say anything. If you know you can't fight and don't want to fight, don't open your mouth. Don't threaten somebody. But Meatball then says she don't care. Bully me. Like, this is how you know she's literally doing this for camera time. But she eventually now wants the full story. I'm like, you could have literally asked Jela this question before you started pressing her, and then you would have got the information. And Jela broke it down to her and said, like, Biggie said she's going to smack me. I gave my opinion like she does every single week on her YouTube channel. And Jela says, like, never get on the internet speaking. She never got on the internet speaking negative about her. Natalie just asked her a question that she didn't want to answer, but she eventually did answer, and she gave her opinion on a public fight, aka this was on TV. I'm not the only person that gave my opinion. I gave my opinion on a public fight that everybody saw. Like, that's literally what it was. And Jela said, me being who I am, she going around telling people that she putting on the internet that she gonna slap me, regardless she put it on the internet or said it to my face. You gonna have to stand on that. Like, the person that I am, you're not gonna threaten me and then get away with it. So I agree with Jela. Now Meatball understands it. I said, that's why you ask questions. Take that as a note if you're watching this. Ask questions before you start getting physical with people. Ask questions before you start trying to press somebody on a physical situation. But Scotty then brings up Jay on Meatball fighting and bringing up how Tink and Keva started fighting. And apparently we find out that Meatball and Tinkabellaaa are blood sisters. That's wild. But then again, the way they both were saying the monkeys last week, I guess it makes sense because I think they're both from Philly. But then we get the hit squad, which is Big Keva, J.O., Nunu, and Heaven. They over there dancing, having fun, walking through the trail. Keva saying, like, we them bitches that got them hands, but we really have fun. Like, we really are lit. So I wish these girls would get to see that. But then we get Natalie's crew and Diamond the Body and Tink. They still going at it. Diamond the Body saying, as a former dark-skinned woman, talking about Tink, because she ain't lying about that, is actually calling an actual dark-skinned woman, talking about herself, Diamond the Body, a monkey. Tink says, you're being racist to me. Like, you could tell Diamond is verbally, she's got Tink. Tink can't come back at her verbally. When it comes to just verbal assassination, Diamond the Body got it. Like, she's gonna forever hit Tink. And when you getting red and you know it's true, you can't really say anything about it. That's why you would want to hit somebody. And you could tell everything that Diamond is saying to Tink about Tink, Tink knows is true. That's why she resorts to trying to be funny and try to act like she's unbothered. But Natalie tries to de-escalate the situation. And Diamond is pretty much saying, like, Natalie, I'm good. It is what it is. So they still start going back and forth. And Diamond ends up asking Tink, why you calling me a monkey? And Tink says, you actually look like a gorilla. I said, this is not a good look, Tinkabellaaa. You're black, but, like, you're bleaching your skin. You then told her that she looked like a monkey. And then now you're saying that she looked like a gorilla. Sounds like it's looking real colorist. But Diamond then gets on her knees and apologizes to her. I'm like, this is just so random and so all over the place. But she does. Tink seems to be okay with it because she's dancing and twerking in her face. And Diamond says, like, in her confessionals, we still got to fight some more because I didn't get her the way I wanted to get her. So I'm like, okay. But Aubrey's crew. Wendley saying that the reserves are lit and none of them should go home, and without them, there's no show. I said, you and Heaven can go. Y'all can go. You specifically, because you haven't done anything. Heaven at least is on TV. She's getting confessionals. She's annoying as fuck, but at least she's done something. She's fought too. At least she's done something. You ain't done nothing. Out of all the reserves, you're the only one that has not done a single thing. Granted, I'm okay with you not trying to jump for camera time, but you're boring. Like, there's nothing interesting about Wendley. But Aubrey, we find out that she's leaving later on today, and she says that these bitches are greedy for camera time. That is true, which is why her bank account is bigger, because she gives people chances and spaces to move and takes their money while they're moving. I didn't get what she meant by that, but whatever. But Bianca ends up saying that her dude is a billionaire, and Aubrey clocked her real quick and said, like, how many times are you gonna say this? Like, if he was really a billionaire, you wouldn't be here. I was like, you got a point. But then again, Bianca seems like the type of person that wants to be around this type of energy, like fighting all the time. So maybe she will do it just because. But you can tell Bianca is really here for the check, because she ain't. Who's been checking for Bianca? People has not been checking for Bianca since Love and Hip Hop. And before she got on Love and Hip Hop, nobody was checking for her music besides Chicken Noodle Soup, which was like probably a decade before she got on Love and Hip Hop. But she starts talking about how her dude got some artist who went gold and has the #1 record and has a $3 million deal. I'm like, who is this artist? Like, you ain't name dropped, so we don't know who it is. And who is her dude? I don't know. But whatever. So all the groups, they finally all meet back up at the top of the hill. Here's where it starts to go down. They're going up here as Natalie claims to clear the air. As we all know, that's time to scrap it out. We already know what time it is. So they get to the top. Natalie's talking about how everybody has their issues, and she knows that they have their issues, but she wants to get it all out now because we're about to go out to the club. They finally about to go do some shit that they can actually go get a bag off of. Ep.6, it took this long, but essentially it's like, what, 3 days? So she wants them to get it all out here now, get your issues off your chest, aka throw them hands up and get ready to swing. And that's what happens. So Diamond the Body, she's the first one. She addresses her issue with Dia and Slim, which I love that she did. Slim's talking about what issue, because we barely, and she's saying this in her confessionals, what issue, because we barely even had and said 2 words to each other. I'm like, you know why, because you said a lot whenever y'all were sitting down. Like, Diamond, I completely agree with why she feels the way she feels with Diamond, with Dia and Slim. Because, like I said, like, y'all literally going so hard for Tinkabellaaa over some shit that has nothing to do with y'all. Granted, I see Tinkabellaaa was definitely snuck in the situation, but regardless, that's not your beef. So why are you taking that to then turn it on Diamond? But whatever. But Diamond says that she was cordial, and when we got in the house, I feel like y'all are followers. But because y'all are pretty much choosing Tink's side and don't even really know her like that, and y'all don't even know me like that, and y'all are so quick to judge me. Essentially, that's what she's saying. Slim said that she's never a follower, but she chose her side. And Diamond said, so you don't fuck with me, so stay on that side, essentially. And Slim said that, like, until y'all fix y'all's issue, I can't fuck with you. I said, what? Until, like, you got this type of loyalty to Tink when you've only known her for 2 days? And depending on if they fix their issue or not, that then makes you want to get to know Diamond? I'm confused. I'm confused, because if you mad because she snuck Tink, you should be mad at a bunch of them girls, because a lot of them girls sneak. So I don't get Slim's reasoning in regards to that. But Diamond says, so basically your followers. Dia then pipes in saying that Tink showed her love and it's just the principle. And like she said in the scene, whenever they did it and they showed the scene back, she said she felt like Diamond saying being on the show was a reason to hit her was not a valid reason, which I do agree. That is a valid. I agree what Dia is saying. Like, that's not a valid reason to just walk up and hit somebody. But look at where you at. Like, you're at Zeus to be on Baddies that is literally about fighting. I'm not mad at Diamond for doing it, because guess what? That's what she's there to do. Like, that's what she's there to do. Diamond knew that. Tink knew that. You knew that. Everybody knew that. Us watching the show knew that. That's what they wanted to have the auditions for. They want y'all to fight, and they want to see who's going to fight a lot to put on the show. So Diamond did what she was meant to do, and she owned up to it. So I can't do nothing but respect that. But Diamond said, but you fought yesterday on the beach with the girls, like trying to get in the house. Like, the girls was trying to get in the house. You was fighting them. Dia said, but she snuck me, talking about Nunu. They then start fighting. Diamond tried to backhand her, and Dia blocked it, but Diamond ended up slapping her in the face. And Dia started, like, trying to claw and grab at Diamond's hair, and the security, of course, pounced. Dia's wig is off. Dia then runs up a second time. Diamond was cracking her. She got her this time. Security pounced yet again. Now Tinkabellaaa wants to fight. I took that pause for a reason, because y'all remember last episode when Diamond was telling Tink over and over again, I want to fight, I want to fight, I want to fight. Tink told Diamond that she gonna have to pay her to fight. She then was pressing you at the trail, like probably 20 minutes before y'all got up there, wanting to fight, and you didn't want to fight. So now the other people are fighting her, and she's probably tired now. Now you want to fight. Tink, you lost me there. You lost me there. Because why all of a sudden do you now want to fight? Now Slim wants to fight. It's just funny how they all want to start fighting now that Diamond has ran 2 rounds and probably is tired. Diamond, I give Diamond respect because Diamond ran them rounds and kept it going. But Diamond said, I told both of them hoes to come to the middle of the circle. And she pretty much said, I don't give a fuck. They can line it up. Slim then runs up, tries to swing, didn't connect nothing. Security jumped on it. Meatball's now trying to hype Tink up to fight Diamond. Tink then bum rushes her. They start headlocking it up again like they did the last time. Diamond ends up clocking Tink because she said Tink didn't want to fight. Then told me that I have to pay her to fight. And now she want to fight because everybody else wants to fight me. I said, exactly. But Diamond said, let's go. Like, at this point, that's what you want to do. Let's go. Because I've been wanting to do it anyways. Dia is now screaming in the background saying that she represents her country. I'm like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Yes, I'm glad that well, no, I'm not glad that she's on the show. But it is good that there is at least one person that's Caribbean. But she didn't have to be the representation. There could have been many other girls that could have been chosen that are from the Caribbean. But round 2, Tink runs up again. She falls and starts grabbing at Diamond's legs, which Diamond, I felt like this was ample opportunity for her to end up getting them headshots in on Tink. But, of course, security pounces immediately. Meatball's now talking about how she, what did she say? She said she's about to get, what did she say? Meatball was talking about how I don't know what the hell I just wrote. I don't know what I wrote. But Diamond and Body was pretty much saying, Meatball was saying that Diamond don't really have beef with nobody and to fall back. And I said, she got 3 girls that are coming at her. That sounds like beef to me. Regardless if she started or not, it's beef. You the one that don't have no beef. You the one trying to make beef. You tried to make beef with J.O. when you ran up on her. You tried to make beef with Jela, trying to fight her, claiming that she's a bully. You're the one that be trying to make beef. Meatball, you need to fall back. Fall back. Like, whoa. But Diamond the Body and Tink, they go another round. Tink starts kicking and then and this is showing me that Tinkabellaaa cannot fight. I thought she was a heavy hitter. I thought from the auditions, I thought she was a heavy hitter, and she's not. Like, the way she ran up, she kicked, ran up, and then like she keeps running up with her head down. She's not really doing anything. Diamond can't really fight either, but it's just highlighting it for me. But Dia then runs up again, and Diamond ends up getting the crack in her yet again. Dia's being delusional, pumping herself up, acting like she did something. Natalie pretty much said, like, look, clearly the issue is not getting resolved. Like, Diamond ran about probably 8 or 9 rounds with multiple different girls. I respect it. But Natalie says, anybody else got an issue? Big Keva steps up. She said, I got an issue. She addresses Meatball and says, like, do you really believe that we jumped you? Like, at that fire pit, whenever she went up and jumped on J.O. Tink then starts saying something, and Keva was like, Tinkabellaaa. She said, Tinkabellaaa. She said, you know, damn well I didn't jump her. And she's saying that because, as we know, Tink ended up running up to sneak Keva. Tink is in her confessional saying, yeah, I snuck you because J.O. and Meatball was getting ready to have their heads up. And this is when we find out, too, for real, because Tink said it, too, that they are blood sisters. So when her sister's fighting, of course, she wants to fight whoever is about to possibly fight her sister because she said that Keva threw her hands up, which I guess I can understand that. Just considering that, I guess I can understand that. I got a sister of my own. I would never hit a woman, but when my sister almost got into a fight in graduation night of high school, I was literally... Well, she didn't get into a fight. She's about to get into a fight. But just the thought of her getting hit was enough to make me want to lose my mind. So I called my mama because she could not get in the car. Like, I kept trying to get my sister in the car. She would not do it. She wanted to fight. And I called my mama, and my mama came up there on graduation night. Bonnet, like, robe, everything, and got her in that car. But long story short, the reason why I said that is because when you see your sibling fighting, you know if somebody was to even hit your sibling, whether they're winning or not, you're going to want to hit. So I guess I understand it. But Keva was saying that she's not going to lie. She wants her leg back. And she said, once we get it, we can hug it out. Tink said, cool. And she took her wig off. Keva said, I want to fight heads up because I talk real good about you. And I said, I respect Keva on that. She said, I want to fight head up, a.k.a. scrub. Once you're ready, we can get to cracking. And that's exactly what happened. They got to cracking. Keva was rocking Tink. And it was funny because before they even started, Tink was like, yeah, once we do this, we can hug it out. Where you from? When she said that, that's Keva started cracking her. And when I tell you Diamond was swimming, I mean, not Diamond, Tink was swimming, it was hilarious. But then they ended up hugging it out just as they said. Tink jumped on her. They laughing and twerking and stuff. I'm like, okay, I guess it's good to be grown women to where they can fight it out, which is interesting because most women can't fight it out. Girls can't fight it out and keep it moving. Men typically can. Girls typically can't. So it was interesting seeing them two do that. But whatever. It wasn't that big of a deal. But Natalie didn't ask anybody else. Dia steps up talking about, because Nunu was standing there talking about Nunu's looking at me like, are we good? And then Dia in her confessional was talking about something, no, bitch, we not good. I made a point to say it that way because in the confessional, Dia's energy was not matching in the scene. In the scene, she looking scared of Nunu, which she should be. But Dia said Nunu was hitting her when Gretchen and Slim, or when she was trying to fight Gretchen, and Slim had to come in and get her. Nunu said it was business. It's not personal. I want your spot. I wanted anybody's spot. So I did what I had to do to get what I needed to get. Nunu then says that she don't care. She said, I don't care if you want an apology or not. You're not getting it. Like, that's essentially me apologizing for my feelings and me being real. And I'm like, that's true. And then Nunu said, like, she knows she did her dirty, but do you want your lick back? Dia then says that she wants to get her lick back, but she didn't say it in the same energy that she had in them confessionals. All right, so Nunu then said, all right, let's go. And then she told her to hold on. And she was like, let me take my wig off. So she took her wig off. Dia ran up and tried to lock Nunu up, which was just hilarious to me because Nunu got free and started cracking her in her face. Fucked her up. Killed her. Like, literally tore her up. Dia's leaking. Nose is just, like, leaking. And I'm like, dude, Nunu is not the one to play with. She gonna learn to stop playing with her. And Nunu said, I'm gonna beat your ass, and I beat your ass for the third time. And Dia's sitting there talking about something. That's okay. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. I'm like, why do you keep wanting to fight then? Like, you keep wanting to fight knowing that you're not a fighter, and then you trying to pump yourself up like you are a fighter. So stop saying that. Like, just literally leave Nunu alone. And Dia then says, like, Nunu got to learn to respect her. And Nunu said, I ain't got to learn shit. I'm big Nunu. And I'm like, I agree with you. Like, respect, I don't have to learn that. That's earned. Like, if I don't respect you, I'm not going to. Like, I don't have to learn to respect anything. But Natalie didn't ask again if anybody else had any issues. And Bianca said that Sapphire still got an issue with her, but didn't do anything on the bonfire. And she's still not trying to do nothing now, which is true. Like, Sapphire, you should have been done hit her. She done spit on you. Like, Bianca, and then she threw your wig in the toilet. I done forgot that already, but she threw your wig in the toilet. You should have been done hit her. Like, she literally damaged your property and literally exported her bodily fluids on you. Like, that's crazy. But Bianca said, like, I'm not going to keep fighting her when Mariah is still friends with her. I'm like, exactly. But Natalie then says that her and Aubrey are going to be picking the reserves. Aubrey and Natalie get through this one point because Aubrey was throwing a little funny little moment in where she said Natalie was asking if anybody had an issue and she didn't ask her. And then she said, yeah, I do got an issue. And Natalie said, okay, so what's your issue? And then she comes up there pump faking like she about to fight Natalie. That was a funny little moment. But Natalie then lets him know that it's Aubrey's last day. She's going to be picking the reserves to go into the house. Aubrey then wants to pick first who she wants to choose, and she chooses Big Keva specifically for today because she likes how Keva stood on big business. She called out her fight, ran it, hugged it out, and kept it moving, which I do respect that. Keva, I definitely would have pulled her into the house if it was me. Natalie's talking about there's 5 spots left. Natalie says the other night somebody stood on business for her. Of course, she was going to bring Jelly Bean into the house. I don't have no issue with Jelly Bean, honestly. Coming into this, I was like, ugh, whack, because, well, I don't like how she did Callie, and I don't like how she was, like, backing Natalie, but then again, that's a friend, which I guess I wouldn't do it, but Jelly Bean, just coming down to the end, she's harmless. I don't feel like she's really doing anything wrong, per se, besides what she did to Callie, but we'll get to it. I'm literally thinking ahead of time. But she goes into the house. Wenderly knows she ain't going in there. Like, she knows she ain't going in there. Jo knows she's been real. Jo should have been the first one to pick the end, honestly. But Natalie then picks Nunu. I'm like, duh, of course she should have been in there. I'd have picked her as well. Dia is talking about how she would have chosen Heaven over Nunu because she don't respect her for stating that she's AB's baby mama and she's looking for a handout. I don't like that she keeps saying it. Well, she hadn't said it on here recently, so that's good. But I didn't like that she kept saying it either. But then again, Nunu is a much better pick than Heaven. Heaven is annoying. Like, that voice is absolutely aggravating. And Nunu is what a baddie is. Like, she gets on the show, she's pretty, and she know how to fight. Like, that's what y'all do on this show, so she is a perfect fit for it. But Natalie says there's one more. Heaven sitting there being annoying in her confessionals, loud, screaming, like, just annoying. But Natalie picks Jo as she should, because between Jo, Heaven, and Wendeley, there was no question that Jo should have been picked. But Natalie says to the girls that got pulled over that they steal replacements, essentially, and she don't know how many beds they got. I'm like, where's the money that y'all claim y'all have? Because if that's the case, level up, get a bigger house with more rooms. But Heaven and Wendeley gone. Thank God. Peace. Aubrey then makes her exit. The next scene, we got Callie heading to dinner with Tommie, Tesehki, Biggie, and Punk Ass, which that's what I'm going to start calling Mariah Lynn. So get used to it. Callie arrives first. She's at the restaurant. Punk Ass gets out the car. She's shocked that Biggie even invited her. She says she's cool with Natalie and doesn't want her to feel some type of way about her being out with Tommie. Tesehki and Biggie arrive. Biggie says she wants to have the conversation with Tommie, and she wants Callie to kind of formally introduce herself to them because she hasn't really gotten a chance to do that, and she wants to get to know her. I said, that's good, Biggie. So the three of them join Callie. Callie is saying that she's not worried about her spot in the house. She knows that she earned her spot in the house, which she did. She just said that I just stepped on the wrong toes, aka talking about Natalie, because Natalie essentially is the head honcho on this show, which she ain't, but she is. Tommie arrives, loved it, which I'm so mad because Tommie really wasn't even here. I was so mad this was the final scene. But Callie asked Tommie how she's feeling, and Tommie said, like, them as women, they look stupid doing this shit, having kids, having things going on outside of life, like getting on here fighting over this stupid shit. I said, Tommie, you're right. And it's good to hear that Tommie's saying this, because we know Tommie got a history of just being wild. But even she's level-headed. She's not stupid. And she said, like, this is not how you carry yourself in real life. Like, if you see a bitch in the airport that's looking at you wrong, you're not going to go up there and hit her. I said, exactly. Like, exactly. And then they too grown to be on here doing this. But Callie didn't ask if Tommie and Natalie have tried to even talk it out. Like, do you think that y'all can even talk it out? And Tommie says, like, she don't even know if she should be flattered or annoyed or weirded out that Natalie is literally trying to morph into her. And I'm like, now that you think about it, because I've always said that Natalie tries to act fake tough, fake hood. I think because of the network that she's on, the super black audience that they have, even though with Bad Girls Club, they had a black audience too, but it's more mixed. But I feel like even with Zeus too, even though it's targeted to a black audience, Zeus is pretty, I hate saying it, but I see a lot of white people that watch Zeus too, even on TikTok and stuff. So it's pretty evenly distributed in terms of like racial makeup. But Tommie essentially saying, like, you trying to morph into me. And we all know Tommie comes from that side of life. Like, she really is about that time. And she said, like, the way she be doing stuff, like the prison lip, the little hood. And this is what I'm saying, like the prison lip. Y'all know how Natalie tries to, like, I can't even do it. But the way Tommie's lip curls up when she get mad, and Natalie does the same thing, I call it prison lip. And then the hood talk, the forced hood talk that Natalie does, Tommie's like, she never was like that. When you think about it, when you look back at like the history back in the back, Natalie was never like that. And she's not lying. Like Natalie on Bad Girls Club, when we first was introduced to her, she was a valley girl. Natalie talks like this. And like, that's how Natalie talked. She got on here and that's when she switched up. Like you can literally go see all of that stuff online. But when a person, this is what Tommie's saying, when a person gets that far gone off of who they really are, there's no reason to talk to them because like you're not even talking to a real person at this point. I said, you're right, Tommie. Tommie be spitting some real shit. But Tommie then says that Natalie is now trying to make it about her saying that what she said about her family, talking about Jacob. And she said, but Natalie be out here saying that I be doing all these drugs that I've never done, talking about snorting coke. And there's like this group of women behind them. Well, it's behind Tommie, but their table is like this, and then there's a table behind Tommie. And the group of women gets up, and it was so funny to me. They get up, and Tommie turns around and is looking at them. And she's talking about something, yeah, get the fuck up. Like, this is over. This ain't for y'all. Like, this dinner is over, yada, yada. She was just being funny. But then punk ass, y'all know who I'm talking about, Mariah Lynn, she starts talking about how she's not paying attention to the conversation, but because it pertains to Natalie, and she's trying to become invisible. I'm like, but you seem pretty engaged, because she definitely turned Biggie and Tommie's on the end of the table. It's like the table's here. You got two heads at the table. You got Tommie on this side, Callie on this side, Mariah next to Callie, Tesehki in the middle, and Biggie next to Tommie. Mariah is facing this way, and the two people that's talking is really Biggie and Tommie, and she's sitting there really engaged. Like, if you really wasn't paying attention to the conversation, you'd have been on your phone. But you still there. Like, you only there. We know why you're there. You're there because you want to be around Tesehki. You want to be right here with Tesehki because Tesehki coming into this is the fan favorite. So she wants to be linked to Tesehki and think that she's going to somehow get some fans. Like, we know who you are, Mariah Lynn. Like, you can latch yourself onto Tesehki as much as you want to, but we still know who you are, and we still don't like you. But Biggie then brings up the scene that she had with Meatball, Natalie, and Slim at the beginning of last week's episode. And Biggie was pretty much talking about how Natalie was saying that she got her ass beat, and Slim was co-signing. And Tommie said, like, we all know what beat the fuck up is. Like, that little tussling around that we did was cute, but it wasn't like, it wasn't nothing. And Callie and Tesehki was like, yeah, you're right. But it's Tommie's last night, and that made me sad, because I'm like, I want more of Tommie. Like, we didn't get enough. Like, we did not get enough. But Tommie said that she had to come in and light Natalie's shit up, because we all know that Natalie's a dud. I was laughing. Even though Natalie is entertaining. Natalie, she cracks me up. Like I tell y'all, like, she's my guilty pleasure. When it comes to, like, her Instagram lives, I sit and watch it all day long. But Tommie ends up gifting them gifts before she leaves. She then leaves with another iconic moment, saying that these bitches put on facades, acting like they something they not. It's Tommie shit. I'm out. And she makes her exit. Tommie gonna always step out with an iconic line. Like, the way she left Baddies West, iconic. The way she left here, it's a moment that you're gonna always remember. It's probably gonna go viral on TikTok like that other one did. But back at the house, Natalie is stating that Gretchen is at the hotel healing, which you can tell was a chopped scene where they added the healing part. I don't know what she'd be healing from. But Natalie is calling a house meeting because she feels some type of way about the 4 girls that went to join Tommie instead of joining them on that nature walk. And she says that she tells the house that's there that she don't want them fighting, feeling like they have to fight other people's battles when they don't have to. I said, that's lies. That's lies. Because you definitely enjoyed Jela Bean trying to fight your battle. But Natalie says for Biggie to not join them made her feel some type of way because she invited her on the nature walk and she wanted to hang out with Tommie. I said, Natalie, you don't even like Biggie, first of all. So why are you claiming that you cared that she was out with Tommie? And then secondly, you know Tommie and Biggie are close. And then third of all, why would she choose to hang out with you over Tommie? Like, I wouldn't do it either, and I'm glad Biggie didn't do it. But fourth of all, I'm going to add Mariah Lynn into this, but really, I'm really focusing on Tesehki and Callie. You mad at Biggie, but you're not mad at Tesehki and Callie. Why are you not mad at Tesehki and Callie? Because you know if push came to shove and they actually got to scrapping with you, you was going to get your ass beat. You feel like you can beat Biggie, which you probably can, but that's why she's more angry with Biggie, and she should be more angry with Mariah Lynn, if anything, because that's the one that you're closest to at the end of the day. But Natalie is talking about how they were trying to figure out who the girls were coming into the house, and she hopes that they don't have an issue with nobody who was picked because they weren't there. And I'm like, they don't care. We don't care. Like, it don't matter. But Jela and Sapphire are sitting there co-signing, and I'm like, Jela, stop doing that. But Natalie was saying that they should address how they went to hang out with Tommie. And as she's saying this, they come walking in. Natalie starts immediately acting fake. The girls start walking in, greeting everybody, and then they started editing. The editing was good. Like, they kind of built it up. I was like, okay, what's about to happen? And then I realized what was about to happen. Tesehki is making her rounds around that couch. She gets to Nunu, gives Nunu a hug. Next to Nunu is Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean, you're looking at Jelly Bean, you can clearly tell that she's not really expecting Tesehki to want to hit her. Because she looked like she's about to get up and try and give her a hug. What does Tesehki do? Pop, pop. She might have connected her twice because she dropped her. And I'm like, Tesehki, this is whack. Because you just said, I think, when was it? First episode, second episode, when Callie was thinking that she was about to come? Hit her. How you said you give people fair ones. You could have gave that girl a fair one. You didn't have to sneak her. You could have told her to get up. Like, you literally could have told her to get up because you know she can't fight. And you know how to fight. And if you really wanted to fight and if you really do what you said you was going to do, you would have let her get up and at least get a square one, a fair one. But, of course, everybody's shocked. Everybody's like, oh, shit, Tesehki over here fighting. Here we go. So they finally break it up. Tesehki, like I said, Tesehki might have connected too. I didn't really see her connect too much. But Tesehki says, like, get your fucking guards up. Get your guards up. Don't think I forgot. And she's saying that you thought that Mariah Lynn was going to be the one to finish it. No, I'm putting a cherry on top, which I am low-key glad, though, because like I said, with Tesehki fighting and Mariah Lynn jumping in pisses me off because Tesehki normally don't get to finish the fight, so I'm glad she at least got to finish what she was trying to do, even though it was stupid. But Tesehki then, because there's glass on the ground and everything now, like, all this shit is happening. Tesehki is then saying that Jellybean said that Tesehki has sent her bitch, a.k.a. punk ass, on her. And Tesehki said, no, I never did that. And she just jumped. Like, I didn't tell her to do it. She just jumped. And that's true because Mariah is a punk and she likes to do that. Jellybean then said that she never said that. And Tesehki is literally swearing up and down that she did. And Jellybean swearing that she didn't. So they finally calmed down the situation. Natalie is then trying to understand what the issue is between them. And she's saying it's super calm, which is so interesting because she's talking to Tesehki and she knows better than to talk crazy to her. But Tesehki said that they had an argument, and regardless of if she said that she was drunk or not or said whatever, she still stood too close to her man, and it was not an apology. I said, Tesehki, that's stupid. Like, the whole reason as to why you mad at her is stupid. Because we can take it back to what Tommie said about the airport stuff. Like, if y'all in TSA and there's a girl in front of your boyfriend, and they standing in line to go through the security situation, and she's too close, are you going to go up there and hit her? No. So why are you doing this? Stupid. But Jellybean said it's unnecessary. I said, exactly, it is unnecessary. She said, I don't even know the dude. But Tesehki said, like, it was about how Jellybean was saying that Tesehki was lying. Natalie then asked Mariah Lynn what she did. The punk sitting there attaching herself to Tesehki. She's literally right there on Tesehki's hip, saying that she hit her because Tesehki couldn't get to her. I said, why is that your business? Like, if I was Jellybean, I'd have told Mariah Lynn to get up. Get up. Because if you want to sneak me, we're going to have to go heads up. But, of course, Jellybean said she understood it because she snuck Callie for Mariah Lynn. I said, pack her up, put her in the bin. But Natalie then states that she has a problem with the fact that today they picked who moved in. Biggie was like, yeah, I can see. And she's like, well, y'all wasn't here. And Biggie was like, okay, like, it is what it is. Like, I see that they're here. Like, what you want me to do about it? Biggie don't care, and Natalie clearly wants her to care, and Biggie just don't care. But Natalie is sitting there talking about how it was like a Royal Rumble on the cliff. And I'm like, okay, who cares? And that's kind of what Biggie was doing. I'm like, y'all are literally filming a TV show. If they weren't there for the scene, they're going to be able to see what happened on the scene when it airs. Like, who cares? Like, who fucking cares? But Natalie says she feels some type of way because they weren't there and it upset her. And Biggie said, like, she felt like she needed to speak with her friend because, like, you have your friends here. My friend is still here on this island, too, so I can go talk to her if I want to. And Natalie said, I hope you weren't talking shit. Biggie says talking shit would mean saying something that I wouldn't say to your face. I said, exactly. Exactly, Biggie. And Natalie said, well, say it. Biggie said, I've said we've had numerous conversations about how I feel, how you shapeshift. Essentially, she's saying that Natalie's fake and Natalie does what she does, which is true. But Natalie is claiming that Biggie tries to make everybody believe that Natalie is out to get her. No, Natalie, you do that yourself. We clearly see that. Biggie says every time she loses, Natalie celebrates, which is true. I'm like, I'm glad you see it, Biggie. So take that in mind going forward. Don't expect Natalie to celebrate your wins. Don't expect her to like you or want you around. But Natalie claims that Biggie does a lot. Biggie says she does a lot because a lot of girls do too little. Yada, yada, yada. They talking about this stupid shit. Biggie then gets to her situation with Jela. They kind of have like a little situation where they're kind of like talking it out. Biggie saying she understands why Jela fought her because of what she said. Jela says, like how you be on the internet, state your opinions. I did the same thing. Biggie says, y'all fought, like we fought 4 times. But I felt like it was more so a mental sneak than an actual physical sneak, which is why she felt triggered by it. Jela says, yes, we got into it, but I was triggered because you were scratching me. And like, I was scratched all over the place. I got to get up every day in the morning and put all this makeup on because I'm scratched up and yada, yada, yada. Biggie was saying that she didn't scratch her. And Biggie then says, but you scratched me too. And Jela said, no, I hit you. Closed fist. I hit you, but you didn't hit me, which is why I wanted to fight you because you scratched me. Which, like I said, I would want to fight somebody too. Because like if you scratching me, I would much rather you punch me than scratch me. Like essentially, I would. But I'm like exactly why I understood why she did what she did and with that extra round. But Jela said, if you want to catch another fade, we can catch another fade. And as she's doing this, Natalie is trying to interject. And I'm glad Jela told her to stand down. Like, let me finish talking. Like, you can tell Jela is trying to get to a point where her and Biggie can move forward. Hold that, because I got something to say. Jela says, like, if you want to drop it, we can move forward. That's cool too. Like, whatever it is, whatever you want to do, we can do it. And she said, I didn't want to fight you in the first place. I gave my opinion just like you and Teddy did. And Biggie's like, well, Teddy didn't put his hands on nobody. I'm like, yeah, okay. But Natalie is now trying to make them move on while they're literally about to resolve the issue. And I said, this is what lets me know that you really don't want them to resolve their issue. You want Jela to continue to want to fight Biggie, which is proving Biggie's point. You don't like her, so why do you care what she does and what she does? But they ended up heading out to the club, and I did not watch that part. I'm not going to lie to you. I skipped through it because I knew it was going to be a montage of music videos, which I'm pretty sure it was. Y'all let me know if I missed anything. I'm going to watch it back tomorrow, but whatever. That's the end of the episode. Next week, they head to Puerto Rico. Scotty can't find her passport, which is why she was crying. Gretchen and the nigga situation is coming up again. Jayla's getting emotional about getting big, which I can't be mad at her. I'll be ready to KILL somebody. Asian doll is finally coming, which I'm so excited because we know she's going to be able to beat the shit out of punk ass, and I cannot wait. Slim and Diamond and the Body are still getting into it. The house is pretty much meeting up with Gretchen. Gretchen and Meatball get into it, and Meatball slim Gretchen's little ass. But that was the episode. I was all over the place with this recap. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below, as y'all have been doing, which I really appreciate. Thumbs up the video. Drop the comments down below. I will try to get to them as soon as I possibly can. I do read them all, as y'all know. If I don't get to it tomorrow, I'm probably going to get to it throughout the week. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all again so much for the 3,000 subscribers. Let's move to 5,000. I would like to hit 5,000 by the end of the year. Turn the post notifications on. Myself, Movie Bay, and Legend will be live tomorrow to recap this, probably around 8:30 p.m. as we have been. And I will see y'all then. And if y'all like Love Island, stay tuned because I'm probably going to tackle it. Very likely. Probably like a 2-episode type of deal because I'm not doing it every single day. But I'll see y'all then. Peace.